We are here on the UT Austin campus. The protests are right up ahead, so I thought I'd start it live now. Got my body camera going as well. Just wanted to kind of get an idea of what the protests look like up here at UTA. Doesn't look like it's that big, actually. A little bit of law enforcement presence around here. Some people taking graduation photos. Oh, pardon me. Hello everybody. I can barely see. It's a little bright out here. So really you just got this little small section right here. That's pretty much it. Trying to see if I can listen in on what's being said here, if anything. Got a drone up in the sky up there. Let's see what that is. There's a shirt here I wanted to get a picture of. Jews say ceasefire now. Yeah, there's maybe only about 30 or 40, maybe 50 people here that aren't like media, maybe. Not really a whole lot going on down here. I guess ever since DPS came in and sort of cleaned things out. So if you look up here, they've got Staircase is closed. So, but it looks like you can still get up there, I guess, just by a different way to get up to there's the UT clock tower. But obviously I think they're trying to probably keep protesters a little bit further away.
Where they have been as really
This is it. This is the extent of the protest here.
So now anyone who's in this like 4x4 block area.
Yeah, it's a pro-Palestinian.
Doesn't matter. And when what do you have? What do you have? What are you selling? What are you donuts? Yes. There will be. Yes.
Oh, this is nice. They got somebody with a Jewish or Israeli flag here. Obviously not being harassed or targeted, doesn't look like. It is very humid out here.
So that is not ordering beyond the level of like a mistake, like a jumping soldier.
Well, since there's not really much going on, I may just leave then and head home. That's what I'll probably do.
Like no, like but just if it was a place with like heavy velocity dead, like it's very difficult to know where they are. So if you're in this area, nope.
Trying to see what this girl's sign says.
That's a really good
and then they started showing it.
You don't need to, but I think you could. You probably should.
Holy cow! What's up, girl? How you doing?
Oh my god, I'm undercover.
Oh, not anymore.
Oh my gosh. So I track Colin Allred, and I'm getting these people to say crazy stuff and then say I'm Team Allred. So that's why I'm here. I've succeeded.
Okay.
Yes. Wait, are you live?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why I'm not pointing it at you.
Oh, okay. Wait, how many people are watching?
76.
Okay. No, I am not doing anything that I just said. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, how long have you been here?
I just got here just a few minutes ago.
No. So, they had this lady from Fox News, Sarah Carter? Like the Fox News was here earlier.
Okay. Were they being like harassed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Because you can't have oppositional media.
Yeah.
How you doing?
And these guys are pro-Israel people, and people were yelling for a little bit, but now they seem to have calmed down.
Yeah. It seems pretty calm. It looks like there's a couple of people having discussions over here.
That what?
It looks like there's a couple of people having discussions over here.
Oh yeah, there's still a few things going on, but yeah, hasn't been bad.
I don't know what this guy's doing.
I ended up not coming every time that it got
It's okay. It's okay.
in regular competition. That's my no, I haven't. I don't cry about this. I mean, it's normal conversation back and forth.
I think it's a but it's not.
You're definitely allowed to cry. Only allowed to cry. Yeah, that's what they all say.
They messing with you guys?
What?
Have they been giving you guys?
I mean, they're arguing, but they're not like. I don't think they're messing with us. They're just
They've been pretty calm with you all.
today. The issue
Was nuts.
is the issue.
Yeah. I'm not pointing the camera at you, but I am live. So
That's
if you
fine.
say anything, just know I'm live.
What are you live on?
My channel, CJ Grisham.
Like a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do. I used to be a gun rights activist. Now I'm a civil rights attorney, and so, but I'm not. I'm more of the right wing type. Even though I'll protect anybody's rights that are violated. I mean, but generally there aren't a lot of right wing civil rights attorneys. So
Right. More of a left wing cause.
yeah.
When you said the Jews land in the airplane, what was it? What is the Jews land in the airplane?
It was a British mandate. This was controlled by Britain.
Yeah, it was a UN partition plan. The UN actually came up with which land would be for the Jews and which land would be for
And
the
the
Arabs.
Jews said, even if it's a little sliver, hold on, even if it's a little sliver, we'll happily take it. And you know what? The Arabs, they said, we're not going to let them, we're going to attack, and we're going to attack 5 Arab countries all at the same time. And they lost. And they lost. And those are the Palestinians. We call them refugees. They attacked. Those are the people. Those were the 750,000 people. I know all of that. And I'm happy to be proud of you. They hurt how you were defending. How you were defending. So proud.
These other groups,
No, they attacked. They attacked. That's why they were not the 2 million Jews.
Actually, no. Hot wish to my
what about the 700,000?
What they do, they attack.
We can do a whole
Not every village attack. Like,
Oh, yes, they did.
here's something that I know about Arab. Okay, that was like the organization of Arab countries in multiple other countries together. They like sent out announcements saying we are going to go in. Kill all the
This is how it should be done: is just peaceful disagreement, discussion, debate.
After the war ended and Israel
What?
Israel won, they were never allowed to return.
Wait a second. Wait, did my grandparents get their homes in Germany after they were all expelled and gassed? Who gave them their
That
homes
doesn't
back?
happen. What do you mean? You're
Do you think that my
it doesn't
grandfather?
happen.
Why
doesn't it not?
Oh,
It never happens. In wars, two sides fight each other. The one that wins usually takes control over the land that they yeah.
And the war of conquest, I think that's a pretty
No, there's a
specific
specific example. It was not started. Usually wars of conquest are started by the conquerors, no? This was not the case in this situation. We started all the Arab countries surrounding Israel.
You say that Israel conquered this land, they would never give it back.
wait, what do you mean they conquered the land that they would never give back? First of all, this land was a Jewish land given by God 3,000 years ago.
I'm just trying to make sure you're saying that they conquered this
We're talking
territory.
about 1948, the
So,
British
let me
mandate.
be a little more specific. There, like, let's say that before the state of Israel was declared and the independence war started, there were Jews and Arabs living pretty much next to each other. Okay, and then after the independence war, many Arabs willingly left their homes so that they wouldn't get caught in the crossfire, and they were planning on
And what did they
returning
become?
afterwards, right? So it's not like the Jews
They
went
fled
out
because
and
there were
conquered a bunch
there were
more
5
areas.
Arab
It's like-
countries that attacked.
Whereas before, someone's neighbor may have been Arab. Afterwards, that just didn't
They
happen.
were never allowed to return.
Why would they be able to return to their homes when they tried to
Can you
murder?
give me an example
If
of
someone
a war
tried to
that's
murder
happened?
you,
Yeah, where people where land is conquered. I'm excited.
Please ask the
Yeah,
question.
where land is conquered, and then after the war, people are allowed to like come back and take their homes back.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
It happened, Israel itself did this in 1979 when they signed the Camp David Accords and they returned the entire Sinai Peninsula to Egypt. At that time, there were about 5,000 Israeli settlers in the Sinai. They were all forced to move back to what is today Israel. That entire region, Sinai is about the same size as what is Israel today. All returned to Egypt.
Right?
Right. So
For what? Why? For a peace treaty.
yeah, my counter
He gave up
argument
for
to that
peace.
is that that's a piece of land that's no longer Israel, which we gave back. But the land that is
How is that
Israel,
any different
the
from
land
West
that
Bank?
the land that okay, so that's a whole other conversation. The West Bank is a whole other conversation. I'm talking right now. I'm talking about sovereign
How is it
Israel.
different from
I'm talking about
1948?
sovereign Israel.
How is
Okay?
it different from the Palestinian villages
Hold on a second.
that were lost?
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. In 2005, I want to talk about that for a second. In 2000, in 2005,
Let's come back to that, because I wanna
every
hear
settler left Gaza. Every single last one of them. Hold on. Wait a second. Get it? Israel did not occupy it. What did they do? They put up a border to protect their babies, the most intense border ever seen in the world.
How
Hold on,
many
hold on.
Israeli settlers are there in the West Bank
Hold on a
today?
second. Let's look at
Hundreds
Gaza.
of thousands.
What did they do?
700,000.
What did they
How many
do without
were
any?
there
The
in the
settlers.
1990s?
Why are the
Let's
settlers there?
two-
Why are they
We're talking
there?
about two different things right now.
Why are they there? They are there in Judea, first of all, because they are there to make sure.
Samaritans.
Judea and Samaria, they are there.
Palestinians call it the West Bank.
Well, that is Israel.
Thanks.
That's our name for it. They
That's
didn't-
not
they
exactly.
didn't
It's
call
called
it.
Judea and Samaria. And we are Jews.
what's
We
the
are
right
from
name?
Judea. That's where we're from. That is from 3,000 years ago. Have a look at the map.
That was part of Jordan until 1967.
Go back 3,000
When
years
did you
ago.
conquer the West Bank?
We didn't
Well, we
conquer
didn't
West
conquer
Bank.
it. We
In
won it defensively. We
1967
didn't conquer. That's
or
not
the
the
Six Day
definition of
War, you
conquer.
occupied the West Bank.
We fought in a
Did you
defensive
not?
war.
This is called defense.
It seems like your argument was really resting on like you win the war.
Okay, so yeah,
So
no, I
that-
still
like,
have another
you-
point. I
that
still
was-
have another point.
Wait, but we're
No, it's to answer
we're-
his question.
Okay,
It's to
yeah,
answer his
that's
question.
okay.
Okay? So the people that were kicked out of their homes were people that don't want the Jews there. So those are people that know.
700,000 Palestinian villagers, women and children.
Why?
Have you
Okay,
met
look,
those
if
women and
someone,
children?
And by the way, I got
you
that
met
from
them?
Benny Morris, the
Have you
Israeli
met them?
I
historian.
haven't finished my point. I haven't finished my point. So like,
He wrote a
if there's
groundbreaking
people-
study in 1987 called Birth.
There was a controversial and kind of unbelievable point.
If there are people that will willingly leave an area after they're told that we're going to go and kill the Jews and then you can come back when we're done. Those people don't want to coexist with Jews. So that's why
So
Israel
where
may not
do
have
they live
wanted
today? The
them.
refugees, they live in refugee camps primarily in Jordan, Syria, and Lebanon.
Okay, so
The right thing to do is to make sure they're not living. That's the best way to fix the problem.
I don't
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't
anyone's
agree.
making that suggestion.
People are doing that in reality.
of course
I don't think
not.
anyone's making that
No.
suggestion
not.
whatsoever. I think that it's a really sad. I think
most
that in
people-
2005, I would have loved nothing more than to have seen the Palestinian people create an oasis of hotels, their ocean front. I see what Tel
I'm all
Aviv looks
for
like.
that, Terry.
Yeah, but
Wait, why are you interrupting what I'm saying?
I'm not
Oh my
on.
God, you interrupt every other minute.
Gaza,
Please don't be
hold
critical
on.
about that.
Gaza is oceanfront property. They have billions and billions of dollars have pumped into that land. It was unoccupied since 2005. Hold on. They elected Hamas. And what have they done?
And they never got another chance to.
Well, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for Palestinian
Okay,
people.
but did Hamas abolish any further
So
elections?
why?
They never had a chance.
Let me ask you a question.
To
Why are-
reassert-
I'm with you. Why don't the people stand up against Hamas?
It's kind of
All
hard.
the people.
It's kind of hard.
That's the same question.
Is why.
That's the same question about
Is why.
Russia or North
You're not
Korea
saying-
because it's a repressive
You're not saying against Hamas. You're saying against Israel. Israel, the opportunity.
Right now we're standing against like state troops.
No. If the cry from the world is to free the Palestinians from Hamas, it would be different. They can't bring forth better leadership. The people are imprisoned by their own leadership.
I want to answer.
Please.
You can point to almost any corner of the world outside of North America and say, these are repressive governments. That's true all over the world. People suffer
I feel bad
under
for them.
repressive governments. It's not just the Palestinians under Hamas. Look at North Korea, look at China, look at Russia, look at most of the Middle East.
Exactly.
Okay, you're going to blame that? You're going to blame that on the
Hold on a
Palestinians?
second. Let's talk about
She just said she
invasion.
does not blame the Palestinians.
I don't. I feel terrible. I blame Hamas. And I wish all of these young people would be speaking up and finding leadership, moderate leadership that wants peace.
It's a problem.
Martin Luther King.
It's a problem all over the world.
Great, and let's find
That's
it.
not supposed to be.
So, but that's it. If they don't verbalize it, what happens is, and I can tell you all the footage. We hate the Jews. Get the Jews.
Where's this at that?
Oh,
Where
do
was
you want
that
to see what was
They were
going on?
they were
I
chanting
will
time
show
out
you.
of the
Excuse me. This is
Arabic.
outside of my daughter's
There's one Nazi and then they
Hold on, this is where
right here.
this is sorry. I have my daughter's dorm here. You do look like a guy on their own spit. Let go of your hair.
For the record, I don't really believe in dead people, just so you know. I was just poking the bear.
This gets troublesome because there's a conflation of Zionism and Judaism.
It's not the same
I
thing.
want to ask you a question.
Like, can you get another picture of me?
I want to ask you guys a question. What would you do here in the West Bank? Would you put any limits on yourself?
Have you listened to the son of Hamas, his book?
No, wait. We're changing the question. We're
Okay, what's your
changing
question?
the
What's your question?
subject. The question is very specific. What would you do? This was the question that Yasser Arafat specifically said was the reason
I have an answer.
And I have an answer too. Go
Okay, let me
ahead.
just make sure we're clear. I want to know, would you make any restrictions at all on future Israeli settlements in the West Bank, which would be presumably the future of any Palestinian state?
In this hypothetical situation, I personally, if I was like the Prime Minister of Israel, I would be willing to pull every single, which is crazy to say, I'd be willing to pull every single Israeli out of the West Bank if it means peace. Okay? If it means a sovereign Israel and a sovereign Palestine living next to me, I would be willing to do that. Yeah, that'd be worth it for a lifetime of millions of innocent civilians having peace and safety. That's what I would be willing to do. I want peace. I want peace. Okay, and like, yeah, the West Bank situation right now is it's really just getting more and more complicated by the day. But like at the end of the day, we want peace. And if the West Bank and in Gaza and the Palestinians, they came with a peace proposal, something that we should do to have.
But they don't. But land for peace doesn't work with these people. With these
We
people.
tried it twice.
That said, I turned down the deal in 2000 precisely because it did not provide any restrictions against future Israeli settlements. You know, at that
The
time,
settlements are the biggest smoke show over here. Okay, let me explain something. Okay, let me explain what happens in the villages you're talking about. In the villages you're talking about, okay, listen to the son of Hamas. Okay, he's the son of Hamas. He was 10 years old. You know what he was taught? What he was taught to do? To kill IDF soldiers. That's what he was taught. They are not. These are they are not like my little boy. When I go fishing, they're kill the world. That's what I was saying. And the problem is, here's the problem. We don't want to have checkpoints. We have to protect our children, our women. Look what they did on October 6th. I listened to a man he said, sir, the amount of blood I saw, that they took a knife into her womb, and they pulled out the baby. Yes. So much blood.
it was barbaric. How many bodies?
It's like hummus, not hummus.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Where are the hostages? If you give us our hostages, there will be no IDF planes. You attack my family. You rape my daughter. I will hunt you down.
Absolutely sucks to argue.
Hunt down women and children? How many women and children
Hold
are
on.
they?
Wait a second. Whose numbers are you quoting? Hamas's numbers?
How many do you think there are?
I think there's about 12,000 militants that have been killed.
How many women and children?
There's a conversation.
They use women and children as human shields. You know that. You know what they use their hospitals for. And I'm going to take an interview.
Unless his question was in bad faith, which I don't think it was. This is the most good faith arguer I've seen in a long time. He knows what he's talking about, and he has sincere questions. So to me, don't give good answers, and just like pile on other questions. It's the right answer, no?
So,
Are you serious?
What's up?
I told you what I would be willing to do if I.
Is that not allowed?
because that's, I would even say,
But here's the thing. If you ask students on the other side that same proposition, that same hypothetical, of pulling everyone out of the West Bank and then having everything that is currently sovereign Israel be Israel and the West Bank and Gaza be Palestine. Are you cool with that? Yeah. Are y'all cool with that? You know what I think a lot of them would answer? From the river to the sea, Palestine would be free. And that's what's scary to us, is that it seems impossible, no matter what we do, no matter how many people. And I don't want that.
you don't want one state.
No, not on either side. Israel is the Jewish ancestral homeland. Our holiest site, our temple, has been there for thousands of years. Yeah.
Okay, but in the last decade of the 19th century, 90% of people who lived in what was then just a province of the Turkish Empire. It was not a nation state. Correct. It was a province called Palestine.
Palestina, yeah. They still had nationalist tendencies toward that land. They just didn't implement it.
90% of those people were Arab, Palestinian, indigenous, mostly. 90%. Okay. Before the waves of settlements of Jewish. Now, let me say this. There were perfectly legitimate reasons for European Ashkenazim Jews to come to Palestine in the 20th century. They were fleeing persecution. They were fleeing pogroms in Russia, right? They were fleeing the Holocaust in Central Europe. Many of them had no other place to go. Those who did not make Aliyah at that time, many of them were annihilated in the Holocaust. And I have no problem with that. They went there and had their own settlements, and they lived side by side with Palestinian villages. Not always peacefully. There were a few little flare-ups, but for the most part, compared with what's going on today, okay, all of that is fine. But then what happens? Israel in 1948.
It wasn't their idea, though.
Israel.
It wasn't their idea. It was the UN's idea. It was the UN's idea.
No, after the Palestinians were either forced out of their homes or fled, they were never allowed to return. 700,000 of them were never allowed to return to their homes.
People, you already asked that, and I already gave my answers. That people who would leave so that your neighbor who's a Jew can be killed, I don't think they want to coexist with Jews. So it's not safe.
You can't blame them for what these other Arab states did. In 1948, Israel had to fight Egypt, Jordan,
Syria.
Right. Now, there were some Fedayeen among the Palestinians, but for the most part, they were fighting Arab armies. But you can't blame the Palestinians for that.
There were in the early days of the Israeli state, like right after 1948 until like 1955, I think 500 Jews were killed from Fedayeen.
What I'm saying is that you can't blame
I looked it
Israel
up.
for people
That's a big
voluntarily
number.
leaving their homes and then
Not
like,
all of them
their
left
side,
voluntarily.
Not all of
They
them.
had to flee
Yeah,
under
you're right.
fighting
You're right.
conditions.
Not all of them, but
Some fled. You've heard of Deir Yassin?
Yes.
I don't.
70% of them
blame
fled according to the
Israel
UN.
for people leaving their homes and then their side losing and then not being allowed to go back. Like I don't think you can blame Israel. Like someone do people normally let their enemies just return peacefully, like to be your neighbor? Not really. Not really. I mean, like
The war was over. The war was over, and Israel had won.
Okay.
Well, why don't we
so,
say that about
my
every
thing is,
war?
I think it's similar.
Why don't we say that about every war? India, Pakistan,
Okay,
Turkey,
because
Greece.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because under Plan Dalit, you heard of
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I know what Plan Dalit
Right?
is, yeah.
That was
Okay.
put
There's-
together by
different
David
opinions on what it
Ben-Gurion.
was, but yeah.
Yeah.
There's different
What did he
narratives on
say
what it
in
was.
Plan Dalet? He said, we need to create a viable Jewish state.
Right.
That is a majority Jewish state.
Yeah.
It was a deliberate policy of expulsion of the Palestinians.
If that was the case, the 500K, the
700K.
700,000 that
According to the UN,
remained there after
500K
48 would have
that
should have been expelled.
had
I mean,
yeah, okay.
Ben-Gurion could have done it, but he didn't do that. Why didn't he kick out? Why didn't he kick out the 700,000 that were? No, I'm talking about the 500,000 Arabs that remained in the state of Israel
Okay,
after the war.
the Arab Israelis.
Why didn't they kick them out? If that's you're saying that was their policy.
Because
why?
Because they made the decision that so many of them lived in places like Bethlehem.
No,
they
but they
didn't want
could've-
to do ethnic cleansing in Bethlehem.
Oh, so now you're saying they didn't actually carry out.
Plan Dalet was
Most of them were in Haifa.
took all of these things into consideration. That hey, there's
No,
certain
but
places we don't want.
Let's think about it intentions
They
versus
left.
outcome.
They
Most of them are
allowed
not in the
some
West Bank.
Palestinians to stay. They allowed some Palestinians to stay. They expelled.
500,000. 500,000 remained, yeah. But if you're saying
Okay.
if you're saying the
I'm
goal,
not disputing that.
so what are you trying to make? What's your point?
They expelled 700,000 and didn't let them come home.
They
No,
expelled
they didn't expel.
700,000?
First of all,
According to Benny Morris.
wait, can you? Okay, Benny Morris. There's other historians from Israel who are saying that Benny Morris is not right. But what does Benny Morris say? But what is, yeah, he's okay. There's for every historian, the new historian, there's one that says doesn't matter if you're Israeli. Have you heard of Papa Jews who helped the Nazis? Just because you're Jewish doesn't mean you support.
They're doing their chanting.
No. First of all, Benny Morris didn't say that all Jews, that all of the 700,000 that expelled, some of them did get kicked out of Israel because it was a war, yes, some did. But some of them were left because the Arab leaders told them to leave before the war. So do you agree with that? So but you said 700,000 got expelled. How many left by their own accord? Okay, no, no one told them to. The Arabs, okay, but the Arabs told them to leave. Some of them left with their own will.
Blame the Palestinians.
At the end of the day, yeah, because if they defeated the Israelis, what would have happened? They would have come back. So yeah, you can't blame them. They made a mistake, lost the war. War is a consequence.
They would blame the Palestinians for the actions of other Arab states.
It wasn't the actions of just Arab states, it was a collective. Arab states came and said, leave your homes, we'll defeat the Zionists and then you can come back. Defeat the Jews and then you can come back. They didn't defeat us, and some of them, yeah, we cannot go back. Yeah.
I think the difference is the Palestinians took part in that, but the only ones still fighting are the Palestinians. Everyone else accepted their fate when they were defeated.
Like any other war, you accept your fate.
Yeah, that's it.
Palestinians are the only ones.
Free the hostages! 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 Free the hostages!
Let's go listen to what they're saying over there.
Just count them as suicide.
Every time the media lies, our neighborhood in Gaza dies. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh.
No, there's no open carry on campus, but I am concealed carrying.
The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. Israel, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Israel, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Hey, Marshall, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. You can't hide.
I love Jay Hartzell! I love Jay Hartzell! Thank you.
Free, free, free Palestine! 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 The occupation has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go, hey, hey! Keep them in! Keep them in! Keep them in! Keep them in!
All right, this is not fun, so I'm gonna probably leave.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
Hey, at least the left has rhythm. Hey, y'all stay safe.
Thank you. Isn't from the river to the sea illegal?
What's that?
From the river to the sea?
What about it?
An illegal statement?
Well, it's a statement of terrorism and violence.
Occupation is a crime. Free, free Palestine.
Does anyone work at UT?
Killing children is a crime. Bombing schools is a crime. Bombing homes is a crime. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine.
They don't even know what they're saying.
Imagine doing it for 5 days.
This is it. This is all of it.
From Hamas! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Hey, just a few more chants and they might actually go.
They act like they're saving the world.
Yeah.
Band.
Yeah.
They don't have like their band thing when they go to like class and like learn. Wait, why you have a mask?
Hey, y'all can go home. It worked. Your chant worked. You can go home now. You've ended world wars.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
It's a pro-Palestine protest. Oh, now they're doing racist stuff here.
Take up your mask. Take up your mask. He touched you. That's better.
That's why the ICC is declaring war for Israeli officials. They're war criminals. Israel is full of war criminals. The United Nations has defined Israel as committing genocide. Almost every country has voted yes on this. Every single country has voted yes on this except for
Hey, yo, you know America's allies in Israel? You want to be in America?
yeah, right away.
Down, down with occupation.
Tell me my face.
Up with liberation. Down, down with occupation. Up with liberation. Down, down with occupation.
Good job.
1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state.
I can't hear you.
Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. Go Gaza. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to Gaza. Occupation no more. We love you in Gaza. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go to Gaza. Israel is a terrorist state.
Hey, they were able to count to 8, by the way.
The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. The occupation has got to go.
I don't like risking that's like when you say I respect it, it's actually hitting me. All the masses go home. It doesn't feel true. I want to articulate why. It's insane. You wouldn't have to join that, but you would need to engage with it. Sort of. You're like, you're just like doing it here. Thank you for pointing that out. You're here. There's a lot of people that didn't even come to the show. Yeah, sorry. I got mad. I'm still actually pragmatic, and I feel like I've been instigating a lot. And so my body's in flight already.
I also want to my focus is so
No, it should not be illegal to criticize Israel.
Pay for your plane tickets to go to Gaza tonight. Come to me. I'll pay for your flight. You want to go? You want to
I don't see anyone signing up for the Palestinian military.
No, the second they go to Gaza, they're all gonna be killed. Or even
Yeah.
if Gaza is here, they're all gonna be killed. What's up, Bill?
What we're not agreeing on
not sure.
Genocide argument, which is the genocide's okay. Or like what's going on with them? Well, I guess they. As you show up with them, you sort of like. That'd be a cool thing to lead with.
We charge you with genocide!
All right, I'm gonna turn this off for a little bit.
The governor said no! He said no!
Actually, hang on. Here's an idea. Let's stop giving Israel and Gaza money. Oh, thank you for that. I think I just saw something pop up here.
Right? It's like.
Hey, thank you, Donna. I appreciate that.
And I just like, would you be willing to think two different
And while we're at it, let's stop giving money to Russia and Ukraine and everybody else. So I got a question for you based on what you had said. I am still live.
Yeah. It seems like they ought to be going through turmoil.
Oh, you want the point
Yeah,
camera?
selfie.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, let's show them our conversation.
No, I'm not laughing at you.
hey, so I know you're talking to the other gentleman, and you were mentioning that if it would create peace, you'd pull all of the Israelis off of the West Bank. Why can't, let's just say that we give them that, or that land is given to them as Palestine, right? Why should they have to leave as well? Why can't they just all live there? Why would we have to pull anyone out?
I mean, I only suggest that because, like, I just assume that, like, the Palestinians wouldn't want their small portion of the land, because, like, both portions would be small. Israel's a tiny place.
Right.
They wouldn't want Jews filling up their portion of the land. So that's why I suggested that.
Yeah, and but if we make the argument that, okay, you know, I'm all for, okay, giving them the West Bank, let them have it, but they need to all live peacefully together. And then they say, well, no, Jews can't stay here. Then who looks like the bigots? And who looks like, because, you know, it should be just about living in peace. And if they can't do that, then why would we give back land if they're not willing to let everybody live in peace? Why would we even agree to that proposition? Like, I'd agree to the proposition of the land, but everybody gets to stay there, and everybody has to be treated equally. But guess what's going to happen? They're going to say, no, we don't want Jews here. So guess who looks like the bad guy, and who's really intolerant? It's them. So that's why I was just asking, because I don't think
I definitely see your point. Look, if I had a wish,
Yeah.
it would be that everyone would just live in peace.
Exactly.
You know?
Amen.
So,
I'm with you on that. So
peace in the Middle East.
peace everywhere.
Peace everywhere.
Yeah, I'm in Iraq and Afghanistan veteran. I don't want to ever see another war. That's enough.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my wife calling. Sorry.
Yeah, they've declared areas free from occupation.
I am at UT right now. I'm just filming the protest and talking to people about the conflict, kind of doing like a live stream. It's peaceful. There was a lot of traffic that took me around off of I-35, and I was like, well, heck, I'm over here by UT. I'm going to go see this protest. Okay, I'm coming home then. I'm pretty much done anyway. There's nothing going on here, and I just finished a conversation. All right. Love you. Bye.
Oh, you don't? My name's Ford. We're interviewing everyone here. Are you all willing to do an interview quickly? It's not live or anything. Just about like why you're here today, stuff like that. Sure. Okay. We're just right over
And
here.
let me give that
The guy
to
in
you
the
too if you guys have any issues. I do civil rights law. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. I only got one card left though. I figured you guys could get my information from him.
What's your name?
CJ Grisham. Nice to meet you.
Grisham?
Grisham.
Grisham. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm sorry, I can't shake your hand. Usually when my husband's available, I send him in.
Oh, gotcha. Where's he at?
This guy right here.
Oh, okay, okay.
This nice little rabbi.
Nice. Okay. Understood.
What have you been seeing here today?
I've just been trying to monitor, see what's going on, listen to the conversations. I like that there are people talking.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing is we got to stop yelling at each other and start talking to each other.
Absolutely.
And learn how to live in disagreement. So, I mean, obviously I come from one side, but it doesn't matter. I protect the rights of everyone.
Yeah, might as well just talk.
Yeah. I mean, just if we would do more talking, we'd be doing less bombing.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But that's where our whole society has gone with politics.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
The left and the right won't talk.
We have to hate each other. That's the goal, because if we're fighting each other, then the elitists they get everything. They get to maintain more power. They get to send in stormtroopers to attack people.
Exactly.
Exactly. And as long as we create that otherism, where one side or the other is the enemy, then when the police attack them, they don't care.
Exactly.
So we've got to minimize them and dehumanize them.
Exactly.
And it happens on both sides. It's the problem. But anyway, I guess I'm going to leave. That was actually my wife calling saying,
Oh, really?
what are you doing?
Time to go.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Nice to
hey,
meet you.
take care. I'll say hi to your husband over there.
Is that like to the way of?
Hey, you guys stay safe. Your wife said I had to shake your hand, not hers.
Yeah, she's religious. That's right.
Yeah, gotcha.
you.
All
What's
right.
your name?
CJ Grisham.
CJ? My name's Ephraim.
Is that well? Good luck to you guys. Stay safe. I gave the other gentleman that was I think he's doing an interview right now, but I gave him my card because I'm more of a right-wing civil rights attorney, and we don't have enough of those that protect our side or other sides. Even though I protect everybody's rights, I don't
Texas, there's less and less need for that, no?
care. No, there's plenty.
Still is?
I do First and Second Amendment law exclusively, almost.
Even in Texas.
In Texas, it's terrible. Yeah, you'd be surprised how authoritarian this state is. Well, you might not be
We're seeing the other
surprised.
side of that also, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to meet you, CJ.
You too. Take care. Be safe. Hey, I was monitoring y'all's conversations. I'm glad that y'all were able to speak and do so, in a very civil way. And I know it's frustrating on both sides, but I'm just telling everybody that it's good. It's just good to see people talking, and that's what we need more of. Even if we disagree, even if we don't come to an agreement, it's good to try and discuss our disagreements. So anyway,
I'm learning. I learned a lot here.
it's hard. Take care. All right, guys, all right. Exactly. I'm all for, I can't stand violence. I don't like violence, but I can be a violent person if you engage me in violence. And I think once someone engages in violence, then they can't whine about the response. And to be honest with you, I don't think that defense should ever be proportionate, ever. when you're attacked, no matter who your attacker is, whether it's a street thug or an army, the goal is the utter destruction of your attacker and to cease the conduct. You don't do that through, oh, you punched me once, okay, I'm only going to punch you once. No. You punch the person until they stop trying to punch you. That's just the way it is. And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's us. It doesn't matter if it's them. It doesn't matter if it's Israel. It doesn't matter if it's Gaza. You know, the minute that they attacked Israel, sorry, you lost your opportunity to whine about the response. And, you know, if you try to steal my wallet, you point a gun at me, or you threaten my life, sorry, you lost your ability to whine when I stick one through your head. That's just, there should never be a such thing as a proportionate response. It's, you stop the threat. That's the response. Period. You end the threat.
I don't know if that's
And the best way to avoid all of that, is to just avoid violence to begin with. Just if everybody would just not engage in violence and use government to engage in violence, then we wouldn't have to worry about all of that. I think I saw something here. Do you get to punch their children too? What do you mean? If their children are picking up weapons, yes. Absolutely. But when they use their children as a shield for the oncoming, you know, for the inevitable and for the inevitable response, when you use your children, sorry, I can't have. I mean, obviously I feel bad for those kids, but they're going to a better place. If you're someone who will put your kids in that kind of danger, sorry, you're the one going to hell, not me. If you attack me and then you run behind your child to keep me from defending myself, or if you attack me from behind your child, well, you just now put your child in the line of fire. It's not my fault, that's theirs. Just so you know, the emotional game won't work with me. I'm a very matter-of-fact, logic-related kind of guy. And it's sad. It should not be that way. But again, the attackers are the one that chose that result. They're the ones that attacked and then kept their kids in the line of fire. If I was worried about my children, I would move my children somewhere where they were safe. That's what I would do. Because I care about my kids. It doesn't matter if Israel used to be Palestine. It's Israel now. America used to be something else. Texas used to be something else. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Whether it was Palestine, whether it was Egypt, whether it was Jordan, whether it was Samaria, whether it was the Ottoman Empire, who cares? It's not Palestine anymore. Welcome to the world. Welcome to history, where every country used to be a different country just about. So this argument of, oh, this used to be Palestine. Okay, well, it's not anymore. Suck it up, drive on. It's the way it is, you know. If you'd have been better fighters, it would still be Palestine. 5 different Arab countries tried to take back Israel and they all lost, and the only people still whining about it are Palestinians. You lost. Get over it. Everyone that used to own land in America lost. Get over it. It's America. We're not going anywhere. It's Israel. They're not going anywhere. That's it. End of story. If you want it back, well, try to take it by force. And when you lose, shut up and take it like a man. Or keep fighting and then keep dying. But don't whine about dying because you keep fighting. Consequences, folks. Consequences. The entire world is filled with, oh yeah, but this used to be insert country name. Texas used to be Mexico. It's Texas. Should we give it back since it used to be Texas? Well, come and take it. But again, the trick and the cure and the solution is nonviolence, period. But when you engage in violence, just don't get upset when someone is violent back to you. Well, unfortunately, all wars require tax dollars because who's fighting them? Freaking governments are. But yeah, I wish we didn't have to use. I wish we didn't have to pay for any war, anywhere. We shouldn't have to, unless it comes to our shores. You know, we've already conquered all the land that we want. All we need to do is maintain what we have. Stop fighting other people's wars. All right, what if a bad guy uses your child as a shield? Is it hunky-dory for the police to kill both in the pursuit of justice? Well, why would the police be killing me? That doesn't make any sense. That's not a logical question. Why would it be just to kill me or my child, much less both of us? I got a lot of comments on my shirt. I don't know if y'all can see it. Is that backwards? Collateral damage is not a cop shooting me to get at me when I'm not. I mean, yeah, if I attack the cop and I hide behind my kid, guess what? The cop has every right to shoot my kid, and I have no right to whine that I put my kid in that position. So I guess if you're going to use that logic, I'll use it. But the trick is you don't put your kids in harm's way like that. After 9/11, you know, this idea that not all Palestinians support Hamas, well then, why aren't Palestinians rising up against Hamas? They have a perfect opportunity because, I mean, right now, Hamas is being attacked. But you know what it is that they hate, oh crap, I forgot where I was going on that. Oh, Palestinians support Hamas. But the problem is they've all been brainwashed and raised that every Palestinian today is Hamas. Look what happened after 9/11. It wasn't just Hamas dancing. Sorry about that. My stream went down. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at this, and I'm just going to say this, that there are arguments on both sides. I really don't care. I'll be honest with you. I really don't care. I care about America. I don't care about Hamas. I don't care about Israel. I really don't. I just don't. So I don't really take sides. The only time I take sides is in the victim, the person that's being attacked. And in this case, on October 7th, civilians in Israel were murdered, killed, raped, and Israel has a right to defend itself. So that's it. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go because I'm done. I'm driving home, and not really much happening down there. Just a few dozen hardcore protesters left. It's Tuesday, so anyway, all right, guys. You guys take care. Be safe. Be free. Just know I love you anyway. I don't care if you're pro-Israel or pro-Palestine or whatever. Just be peaceful and love one another. And why am I just sitting here when the light's green? So this can all be over if they just free the hostages, So I really don't have any sympathy when they keep maintaining civilian hostages. I just don't have any sympathy. This is bullshit. We went through an entire light and didn't move. Am I even All right, guys. Take care. Talk to you later.